That's a great question. I don't, but what I really felt through the movie was that John and French were the Bob Trevinos for me in a big way.
Ei, Barbie, so nice to see you again. Tudo bem? Tudo bem de novo?
Bem, it's everything's great. Everything's amazing.
Amazing. So nice to talk to you again and to talk about this amazing movie. But I have extra questions for you.
Sure.
Like, the movie is about like these connections, everything like about the social media, the purpose of social media, the difference that because before was like to create human connection. And then people change all the way around, making people feeling bad and all this. What what changed it for you? Like when you was reading the script, what changed it for you? Like in the way that your relationship with social media.
Well, I grew up on the internet, and so for me, I have such I think a more nuanced take on social media because I know that a lot of like the maybe a little bit of the generation slightly above me, even my generation, even people my age or a little bit older, they can't, they haven't really understood the power of like connection through the internet. And I was such an internet kid, so isolated, so anxious that I found so many friendships through the internet. I have so many friends to this day that I met from 10 years ago on Instagram. Obviously, we had mutual friends and we like, lived in the same area, but I found so many of my greatest collaborators, my greatest friends through the internet. And I think it could be a really beautiful way of connecting people. And I think we never see stories like that ever, ever, ever. And I think that to me, it's a truth. It was a truth to Tracie Laymon, who wrote the script, that something like this actually happened to her. So I think it's cool to throw in a couple positive stories that actually happened, instead of it all being like true crime and scary.
Yeah. That's why I love the movie because of that, because shows that there is a good side of the internet. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
people forgot about that. And I was like, no, we need to remember that all the time that we have good people with good intentions out there. Like just
Absolutely. And this is, and people, my mom has Facebook groups of Brazilians that like are in New York that like if she ever needs anything, if anyone ever needs anything, there's a community there. I have like my friends who I communicate a lot of the times through the internet because we don't live in the same place. I meet so many, I think there's so many positives to the internet, and it has to be because we're all on it. So we might as well, there's got to be some good stuff in it, not just negative.
yes, amazing. And do by any chance do you have like a Bobby Trevino in your life? Someone that you met, like not as a father, but someone that you can, oh my God, this person that's so good to me, or I don't know, maybe in person, someone that is always there for you when you need it.
That's a great question. I don't, but what I really felt through the movie was that John and French were the Bob Trevinos for me in a big way. I feel like I am so independent in my life that I just never really thought about how powerful that kind of paternal love can be, even from a man who's not my father. And so I always, these little things that like men have said to me that were very very fatherly, that still stick in my head. And with John and French, that was definitely something that like I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting like supported by these father figures in my life. And it felt like art imitates life, life imitates art in all sorts of ways. And so I felt like I really remembered every time a man was very kind to me in a fatherly way.
Yes, and also we didn't have a chance to speak about the pup scene. Was really beautiful. What like making that scene with John, and what did it change you as an actress, or did it change you in some way? I don't know, like the feeling that you had there, and especially the character Lily.
So even when we were rehearsing the scene, I like almost couldn't keep it together. Every time we read the scene, I would tear up, and it wasn't even written that Lily gets really emotional in this scene. But for me, it felt like um the biggest healing point in all of the movie that kind of changes everything, because here is this person, a stranger, who you divulge this incredibly traumatic story to that you think you're in the wrong for. And actually what he does is shows you that you are capable of being a person just like everyone else. And so that scene, to me, I really let my body kind of do what it had to do, and it just took over. And I was hoping that, I would do one of those and then one more stuck to the script and like a little bit, but it ended up being the first take was what worked. What made sense was the first go at it because it felt like the most visceral, the most human, and the most truthful reaction to it. So that was really cool. I think it was a cool exercise in letting my body and my craft kind of meld together and really trust myself in it.
Yeah, we are like all Brazilians are very excited, especially people in Brazil, because I don't know the movie is gonna premiere over there if it already premiere. I
Yeah.
can't remember if it was May or June. I can't remember.
Hey, it just came out. I know the
Yeah,
Brazilians are there.
yeah, everybody's so excited for that. And now I wanna ask you, like after this, you have anything new coming up for you soon?
Yes, so I just produced and starred in a movie called Mile and Kicks last year. I don't have a release date yet, but that's coming up. It's a very opposite movie to Bob Trevino. It's an incredibly sexy, kind of more lighthearted rom-com. It's set in 2011 in Canada. I play a Canadian. And so but it is an indie movie. So that's another thing that I've been really focusing on is just I love independent cinema so much. So there's that I did. I did this movie called Faces of Death before Bob Trevino. So this was even longer ago. And we'll see when that comes out. Probably soon, hopefully. So yeah, there's some stuff in that's coming out soon. With this industry, you always never know when if you don't have a release date, you never know. But those two things will be coming out soon.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be on the lookout of that. So waiting for
Yeah.
that. And are you like when you like looking for a part or a role that anything particular that you're looking for in these characters that you play?
Yeah, I mean, I always am trying to challenge myself. So if a character is challenging, that is the most important thing. I always look for a good script. I look for a director that I really trust the vision with, and I really look for characters that are just outside of what people expect from me. I think that that's always fun to always challenge myself. I just did a play on Broadway, and that was really challenging. I never did theater as an adult. And I got to do one on Broadway, which was, extremely challenging, but like the most fulfilling artistic thing I've ever done. So it just really is cool to challenge myself. So I'm trying to find something that's completely different than what I've done before. So we'll see what that is.
Yeah, amazing. I love that. But and do you think like do you have like any particular one that like your dream role that you would like to do in the future?
Hmm. I love this question because it's like I have so many different dream roles. I have like, and what I really am looking for right now is something that maybe isn't so contemporary. So something maybe like a period piece or something that's a little bit outside of like modern day. Because I've just been doing a lot of modern films, and I love that. And I love contemporary filmmaking because it's always what's pushing the generation and really showing what artistically, stylistically what it is. But I'm interested in doing something that's like a little bit different than that.
Amazing. Barbie, I just want to thank you so much for your time. Muito obrigada. Muito bom
Claro.
te ver de novo. Beijo grande. And then I talk to you soon. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. Ciao.
If you like to support or continue to support Jana on camera, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share the videos.